Tonight, see what truly exists inside the world of the paranormal. Inside. Join the discussion and review some of the best paranormal evidence captures from a wide variety of experienced and up-and-coming investigators. See and hear what they capture, where they captured it, and how they captured it. Right now on Entity Voices Paranormal Evidence.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Entity Voices Paranormal Evidence. I'm stumbling for some reason.
Nice to meet you, Mr. For some reason.
Mr. For some reason. First name stumbling?
Yeah.
That's funny.
How's everybody?
Yes, how is everybody?
Good. Tired. I'm tired, but I'm good.
She's tired and good. She's good and tired.
Good and tired. Well, it's better than be bad and tired.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or shit.
Yeah,
However you want to say it.
we're good. Let's address the white elephant in the room right off the bat. You may or may not notice 2 Rathmans are missing
Dos Rathmans.
at the present time. And from what we understand, they've been abducted by a UFO. And the only words that were heard at the time of the abduction were Staticom and Holy, and that was it.
I think you was going to say, I'm doing EVP.
Oh, yeah. And probably that. Don't abduct me now. I'm doing EVP.
Yeah. I'm doing EVP.
So somewhere in a spacecraft, somebody's getting cursed out by Cherie.
That's right.
And then you hear, don't be probing me, you can pro Tony.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they're in the middle of a move right now.
Yep.
So they were obviously, this is a lot to try to take on in the middle of moving, and half of his equipment is probably in one house and half of it's in the other house.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
So they're going to have to brave it without him.
Yeah.
No.
So with
I
that
will-
being said, y'all,
I'll handle all the awesomes for the night.
oh, sorry, I just did an awesome. That was you took it.
You're already stealing
My
my
awesome. That's Ron's job tonight.
I just became the understudy and you stole it.
So if you don't see your comments up on the screen, it's because I'm trying to do everything. And Ron will let me know if there's questions that you guys have in the chat.
Yeah, I'll go out of full screen mode so I can see the comments in the chat. I'm sure Roger's been here since 1943.
20 hours. He checked in 20 hours before the show.
Todd and Carmela, of course, Melissa Blackman, Seekers Club of the Paranormal. Why does that sound familiar? It'll come to me.
Everett.
Chad Thomas, awesome dude. Everett, awesome dude. 305. How weird is that 305 Paranormal would show up tonight when our guests tonight have something to do with 305 Paranormal? They're right there.
Dang.
It shows it right in the chat. Facebook user, you have to give StreamYard permission to show your Facebook account name. If you don't, at least put your name in the comments. We're not ignoring you. Inspectors, I know who that is. That's Ash.
That's
Good to
Ash.
see you. Yep. Anybody else missing? Karen at the Paranormal Group. Just going through. Ron from ERRT Radio. I know we say We're sorry if that's not proper to say but it's just easier. And I don't know if any of us know what ERRT stands for, but we know what sounds like.
Yeah. And actually, there's 2 R's, so it's
That's true.
It's like a paranormal stutter.
So we got a lot of the people we announced so far. Thanks for coming out. This will be a good show. I was looking forward to this very much. We were a guest. Were you with me when I did the?
I don't remember. They look familiar.
No, you were. You
like,
were in Florida.
Hey, Michelle LeBaron is there.
Michelle LeBaron. She's awesome.
Oh, I was in Florida, yeah.
Yep. Scott Reddick. What up, Scott? Yes, when Lourdes was in Florida, I was a guest on their show.
Oh, nice.
And I got to know them recently, and I got to know them because first through Jenny, and then of course Mondo
Who just popped in. Hi, Jenny.
Oh yeah, not that Jenny.
Oh, sorry, wrong Jenny. But hi, Jenny.
Yeah. The other Jenny called out the other Jenny. This is going to get really confusing. Somebody called Tony.
And they come in fast sometimes too because we have such a great audience. Like, shit.
Yeah, I'm like,
Hey, on X Network, that's Margie K. Margie's awesome. Thanks for showing up. So I was a guest on their show, and then Jenny and Mondo do their own show, which they had me on when Lourdes was in Florida a couple weeks back. But I first got to know Jenny, and then through her, of course, Mondo, because she's one of the people who we have tons of in our audience regularly, who pays attention to the field and supports other people in the field. And then when I got to know Mondo, I found out that's why they're together, because they're both the same type, cut from the same cloth. They're very cool people. You'll see from their stuff tonight they do great work, and they support other people in a very positive way. So I was excited to have them on because I felt like, especially when people not only do that through their social media, but then through their show, nice to be able to put them in the seat to be interviewed for a change and let people get to know a little bit more about them.
That's
well,
awesome.
Woohoo. Well, let's bring them on and do that.
Real quick, I want to give a shout out. We did an investigation at the Trivet Clinic Saturday night with PPIT. It was Scott, Zach, Mike, Heather, Tori, Jennifer, Michaela, Everett, Ash, and us.
It's 11.
And we broke up into 3 groups, and I promised Ash I would give a shout out to the A team. It was me, Audra, Ash, and Everett that broke off, and we investigated outside and then upstairs and then in the basement. So I promised Ash I'd give a shout out for the A team. No offense to the others, they're A team too, but
Ash called it.
But Ash called it. So.
and Ash starts with A, so he gets precedence.
Yeah.
Me too.
yeah, that's
right.
right.
Audra starts with A. I'm thinking Wonderland. Even Alice starts with A. Yeah, all right, fine.
Next try.
I went to Wonderland because it starts with a W. No one wants to be the W team. Let's be honest.
All right, everybody, let's introduce Jen and Armando from 305 Paranormal. Say hello.
Hello, guys.
Hi,
Hi,
guys.
everyone.
Hi, good evening. Thank you for having us.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Of course.
Our pleasure. And also part of the publicity for tonight, too. I guarantee that's Michael Bloomfield. It's his Facebook user, Shared to American Ghost Stories.
Oh, yeah, that's him. Hi, and thank you.
Yes. He is like you guys. He shares and supports for everybody. So he's a really good guy.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, like I was telling you, Ron, in our show, it's all about para-unity. We're all on the same boat here. We're trying to reach that same destination of getting to know other people, trying to get the answers to questions that we've had, and like I was saying, just getting to know other people, that we're all in the same boat and trying to help other people out.
That's right.
It's more than ever. I think it's important too. There's a lot of, and we're not going to dive into it, but there's a lot of
bullshit.
Yeah, craziness going on.
They say negativity is an understatement going on now, and it's just sad to see. It's we're all in the community, and sometimes the community has a pool, and if you're peeing in the pool, you're still in it.
Right.
Yes.
And you're the first one that got warm.
Is it too early for a urine joke? What time is it? My bad. But you guys, however, are the chlorine for the community pool. You guys make it clean and swimmable. How was that? Did I save it?
Much better.
Thank you.
I love it.
We're back.
We're back. You guys are good. You guys are good people. I got to know Jen first because she was supporting everybody, and a lot of ITC people I knew, like Austin Maynard. She was there commenting, liking, supporting, and I was like, "No, this is cool." And then I put a post up. I remember that was when we did Deathwalker with Nick Roth, which is supposed to come out this year, and out in Ohio, and a voice said Austin's name, and it said he was pot smoking and the whole thing. And it was spot on, by the way. And then she commented, and then we dialogued back and forth, and I got to know her, and then through her Mondo, and then we all got to talk. So I was looking forward to this because you guys have some good stuff to share. So I thought this would be a cool opportunity to do it.
We have Cross the Line Paranormal too. Are they your friends, Cross the Line Paranormal?
Oh, James.
Yes,
what's up, buddy?
James. He's from Georgia.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks.
Cool.
Awesome.
Brother from South. That's
Cross
right.
the Line Paranormal. Awesome So he's from Georgia, like we were telling you. He came down to investigate with the team that were on War Party Paranormal, and we had a blast getting to know James, and he's an example of paraunity. You know, just wanting to make friends and see what evidence we can capture together. You know, and that's one thing I like too about getting to know other people is because they may do something in a different way that I maybe have not even thought of, or vice versa, that might make them or myself a better investigator just because we had that interaction.
Always
together,
learning, you know. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's very supportive.
Oh, that's cool. And that's important. Like I said, nowadays, especially, that's important. Yes, that's the trend we have to start. Everybody's always calling people out when they think that they're faking, when they think that they're not reliable or good people, whatever. Start calling people out because they are reliable and they are good people. So starting with you two, we're calling you out for being good and reliable in a negative world. How dare you? How dare you set a good example?
So Jen and Armando, we always ask everybody that's been on the show for the first time, tell us what got you hooked on chasing spirits and looking for answers and getting into the paranormal. What got you started?
So for me, I always experienced paranormal stuff growing up. I think it started about like, I'm saying 5 going into 6. And I was always fascinated with the paranormal in that sense. I didn't know what it was before. You know, I would just think every place I went to was like haunted, but then growing and learning into the field, maybe it's me. I'm the haunted one. And then things just kind of like attract them to me. And I get that. And just I like learning about it. I've always been into like the supernatural and the mystic with that. And when I met him, I think I lived in an efficiency at the time, and I told him that sometimes things will happen here and there. I don't think he fell for it or whatever, but he's probably like, she's crazy. And
she's cute. And she's funny.
She's crazy, she's cute, and she's weird. So something happened to him, and then that, I guess it went down that rabbit hole. So after I had our second baby, our second daughter, I started going into like trying to look at different paranormal teams, and we went to a paranormal event in October, and with that team I followed them, and then I saw that they were looking for team members because they were starting a South team, and I am now still the original member of that South team at War Party Paranormal. And yeah, then he was like, I want to join in or whatever. Like he wanted to tag along on the events, and then he just became an honorary. How you say that?
Honorary member. And then, rest in peace, Mama Bear is what we called her, Scotty Burns, one of the founding members of War Party Paranormal.
She brought him in.
So then. This is how I found out I was part of War Party Paranormal. So, help out the guests to go investigate an area. And I'm like, wait, Jenny's going to be by herself with all these people.
Which I was already doing.
And then Scotty goes, no, she has you. I was like, I'm not even on the team. And then she goes, the hell have you been doing here all this time then?
Yeah. Get to work.
You're on the team. Let's go.
You were a voluntold member.
Scotty is awesome. She was awesome.
Yeah,
very nice woman.
Glad you brought her up too.
Yeah.
Our friends Pam and Steve Barry, who run the Gettysburg Bash and the 1912 Haunted Hoover House in Waynesboro, PA, bed and breakfast. They were close with her. She would come up to the Gettysburg Bash, and so we knew her through them. And then one of the last times they spoke to her, we were at their house in Waynesboro at the time that they were on the phone with her. So I was glad you brought her up because she was a very sweet lady, obviously beloved in the field, and it's cool that she gets something to do with you getting drafted into it.
Yeah. She means a lot to us, and in her honor, we will be going to the Gettysburg Bash this year. For sure.
I'm so excited. You have no idea.
We already have our reservations. We're completely ready to go.
we're all going to be in the same place this year then in July, because we're going to be there speaking and presenting. We'll have a room. We're going to be running Staticom all day.
I saw the itinerary. I'm excited.
We're there. You can count.
We're going to be running it all day, and then Christoph and Alice in Wonderland here are also going to be there.
Yep, I'm the bouncer.
The bouncer.
And possibly the Rathmans. Possibly.
We're still working on that.
We're working
I
on
hope
it.
so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah, me too.
Quick shout out real fast. Too cool for Banshee here. Western Australia. That is awesome. I know with previous shows we had right, I Am Reverie, and we had viewers from the Philippines that were watching. That's so cool when borders are nothing but a dotted line on a map.
That's right.
You know, because our community is not relegated by national or territorial or even state borders. So that's very cool.
Thank you for joining
Thanks
us.
for thanks for tuning in. That's very cool.
With that being said, y'all, I know we just got started, but we're going to take just a quick break to get some promos in for UNX, which is everybody watching knows that it's the network that we're connected with. So we will see you back here in just a couple minutes.
Couple minutes.
UFO conference enthusiasts, we've got another great event for you in 2024. The Saucers and Aliens Kansas UFO Day in Dimension G is being held in the UFO capital of Kansas, Geneseo, on July 6th. This is a fun festival in the middle of nowhere. There will be a parade, decorated yards, costumes, vendors, speakers, and a showing of the movie The Day the Earth Stood Still. Appropriately, an 8-foot-tall statue of Gort and a statue of Klaatu will be dedicated. This will be the only museum in the U.S. with these custom-made statues. If you'd like to donate to the statue project or attend the event, visit GeneseoMuseum.com. That's GENESEO Museum.com. Be sure to bring your camera when you attend the event. That's GeneseoMuseum.com.
are back.
That was jamming.
Exactly.
Sorry, didn't mean to dance moves.
Yeah, you have to warn me before my groove is asked to be had on. Could I co-host? Yes, Everett. We thought you'd never ask.
But you have to wear the uniform.
I think it's just a
And
badge.
y'all, we've met Everett. So if Everett wears the uniform on The Naked Truth, then he would also be able to co-host the Sasquatch episodes.
His birthday suit.
TMI.
He's all for it.
You don't care.
He's funny.
Everett's hilarious.
Yeah,
Well, that's
All
our
right.
official break is over.
that's
Official
right.
break
Get
is
to the
over.
good stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, it was good though. The network showing a lot of the diversity of programming.
Mhm.
And I'm actually going to be helping out UNX here in the future. I'm going to be working with Race, doing some editing stuff. And I'm going to be posting some stuff. UNX Magazine is looking for some articles and some short 100 word blogs. If anybody's interested, I'll be posting that out. You guys can send those to me so I can get them to Margie for editing to go into the magazine and onto the website too. So that'll give, for everybody watching, this is my shameless plug, and I'm not getting paid. Is you want some? The reason I'm giving it to you guys first is it's the perfect place for your group's exposure.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's some good news?
Unity. Chris is going to post it here first, so you all can get your name out there and let everybody know who you are. So
Awesome.
Yeah, that's good.
now, what do we come here for again?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
What's the name of it?
Put the X song back on.
Ron's dance moves.
Good.
Single-handedly take the network down.
Hey, we just had Ultra down here. I don't know.
Yeah. UNX rave going on Monday night. All right, so I'm going to play your clips and then we can talk about them after. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Sounds great.
So here's the first one. Here we go.
Did you say Robin?
Got it.
Nuh-uh.
What
What
name?
is it?
Down here.
Oh,
What is it? What is it? I don't know.
Kelly.
Kelly.
Kelly?
Yeah.
Was
Kelly.
the sheriff? Let me see. And it said
It doesn't. We have.
No.
He just looked it up right now.
Shut the 1930.
Let me see. And what is it? Play it?
That's cool.
So Kelly. Yeah.
That is way cool. So for future reference, when you guys send me clips, I just want to let you know, please don't bleep that out.
You don't need to bleep.
No? Okay. I do it because some people, some people no. So
Yeah,
No,
we
no,
don't.
kid friendly. Kid friendly.
No, this show is fluent in the F language.
I love it.
Good and friendly.
That
That was
fun.
funny though.
Yeah, that was good. Never you had 2 DR60s running.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are my babies. Besides her and my
That's
kids.
his toys. Yeah.
I hear you. Same here. I have
Those are my
one.
paranormal babies.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's
that was
amazing.
so that was that you remember the jail?
The Hamilton jail.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
That was we did an overnight investing. Well, actually, we stayed there the whole weekend.
We did.
We did where you saw there, that was a living quarters
For sure.
for the sheriff and his family. And we were doing an EVP session and we did a spirit box session. We were getting a hold of a person that used to live in the neighborhood where the jail was. And we were getting some great interactions with them. We also did do a XLS, and the XLS was mapping out figures as well. We got some great evidence in that particular session that you saw there.
But I think the response asking like who the sheriff was at that time, whenever that person was even there or alive at that time, and to get Kelly. So we know somebody that owns a another historic jail about maybe an hour off.
It's 45 minutes south. So it just so happened that how he was explaining to us, the owner of the Gilchrist jail, his name's Lee. And Lee, he joined us in that investigation.
Yes.
So all of the jails in Central Florida, they're within, I would say, like a block or two distance from the railroad. And they had to do that because that way they can transport prisoners from one jail to another, or judges, which is why they're called circuit judge, because they had to go to the different towns to, hear their cases and whatnot. So it would be like one judge per, like, let's say this quarter of the state, and he would just travel from station to station doing his thing.
He's the one that gave you that.
He's the one that gave me the list of the pretty much every single sheriff of the Hamilton County, from, I think it was the 30s through the 60s is what he gave me, I believe.
Oh, even before that.
Yeah.
No, before that.
Oh, before
the 20s.
Yeah.
And that jail is about 25 miles south of Georgia, the Georgia line.
The Florida-Georgia line.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of near Ocala?
It would be north. So I would say Trenton, Florida, which is where the Gilchrist is. That's more closer to Ocala. Okay. Literally, the Hamilton is, you can see the sign that says 20 miles from the Florida-Georgia line.
Okay.
Super close.
And it's Hamilton County Jail, right? Because somebody was asking.
Hamilton County.
Yeah.
Hamilton County. So that's in Gatorville, Georgia, Florida, right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's heavy swamps.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal investigation there, and that was our first time too. We didn't know what to expect, so we had a great time.
Yeah, I can tell. The F-bomb. What?
Well, you're having a good time when a what the fuck comes out.
Yeah. That's always proof of the fact that it doesn't get old.
Yeah.
Never.
Because he's got a premier recorder, which is meant to capture EVPs at an exceptionally good rate. And when a good one comes in, you still say, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That you expect.
Very surprising.
Yeah. It's phenomenal. What we do is crazy, and it's phenomenal.
It is. It's fun.
Yeah.
It is a blast. We had a blast Saturday night with PPIT. I mean, guys, you take away the evidence that you capture, you take away the experiences that you have, just being with a group of people that you like to be around just makes what we do so fantastic. It's fun.
Yeah. It's the best part. It's more the evidence and all that stuff afterwards is more the destination. You always spend more time on the journey than you do at the destination.
Yeah.
What it reminds me of a saying that me and a close friend of mine, Joe, in our team, what we always tell folks. The way we equate investigating is how someone would equate going to fish. You're not necessarily expected to get fish or a lot of fish. You're going out there to, kind of get out of the day-to-day routine and, try to see if you're able to catch fish, or in our case, evidence.
Yeah.
It's all about the experience, seeing what it is that you feel, trying to gather anything. And even if you don't get anything, at least you had the time to spend with your loved ones and your friends that are investigating with you.
Right. Yep.
That deserves an applause break, I think.
Yes, it does. And I also want to add, if you eat the wrong thing before an investigation, you end up with too much stink bait.
There's a funny shot. I didn't know what happened because the picture it was a trail cam that was like on a corner, and we were at our friend's jail, the other jail, the Gilchrist, and somebody went outside, and we had some barbecue beforehand, right? And then I just heard something wild come out. I said, when I look at him, I said, "Why?" And I guess me going forward and laughing, the trail cam went. Psh,
Yeah.
And it took that picture, and I love that picture.
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
I'll never forget the whole moment. Every time I see it, I crack up.
Yeah, because we
Yeah, we didn't even know that picture when you took it. It's a black and white shot of us like losing it.
Yeah. So,
That's
we
great.
don't know who it was that was outside, but yeah, the
I
food
know who
didn't.
it was.
The food didn't agree with them. We'll say that much. And we're out there having fun investigating.
Yeah, see, that's the good times that you remember. Like all the dumb stuff that happens in the background.
We're still kids at heart. We still find.
Yeah.
So you guys ever investigate? You ever investigate with the Rathmans? Cherie always has a camera going.
Oh, yeah.
She's videotaped everything.
Yep.
And we were at the Phelps Dodge Hospital one night, and we had stopped for Mexican food before the investigation.
Uh-oh.
Always a bonus.
And I'm a smart ass. I know it's a shocker to everyone, and she has us on film in the basement, and I'm behind Tony, and I pulled the donkey from Shrek, and I went, "Damn, Tony, my mouth was open and everything." And she film. Got it all on film. Yeah.
Oh,
I love it.
Yeah. All right.
It happens.
Speaking of film, let's go to your next piece. All right, here we go.
When spirit knows what's going on.
How about Vestin?
I didn't hear that live until like after. I was like, "Oh man."
Yeah,
that was really good.
They didn't care about Justin, but
yeah, no, Beston, forget that guy.
They were worried about me, and I appreciate it. Spirits of the Cemetery. I don't know what happened. I felt like a jolting pain in my heel. So I was just looking to sit down for a second and see, if I had stepped on something or whatever. I was going to take my shoe off and put it back on. And little did we know, Spirit was showing concern for me. That was awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
We say on this show all the time, consciousness, timing, relevance, intelligence. That is the perfect example of all four.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and people, even if people would have heard it live, they didn't know why you were walking away.
No, I wasn't even. Nobody was really paying attention.
Good point.
What equipment? I'm sorry, Chris. Go ahead.
No, I'm done. That's it.
What equipment did you capture that on? What was that?
That was SB7.
SB7.
Okay.
And I just had it to like a little Bluetooth speaker.
Yeah, that was a clear voice.
It's a good little box, man. I mean, I know in some ways it's looked at as almost like the starter kit, because that's what a lot of people who do ITC or will start with an SB7, and then now they have the SB7 Pro, which looks really cool. But I always liked it, and I always thought it worked, and I got stuff with it. That's a really, really good capture. It's speaking specifically to someone who's there, who walked out because he was in some kind of pain. He didn't say he was in any kind of pain, at least not in the clip that we saw, and I'm assuming he didn't say it out loud at the time, right?
No.
So that's what Chris said. I mean, categorically, that covers the gamut from timing, relevance, intelligence, and consciousness, because how could something that you had not said have been addressed?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
So crazy.
And not consciousness and not mind reading sense, but because we're all connected, we believe, to a universal phenomenal consciousness. So it was clearly something or somebody knew what was happening there.
Right.
Oh, they were concerned.
I felt loved. Thank you.
Yeah, Armando seems like a cool dude. They care.
So hello to Joey and Joey. And put it.
So that's our co-host that we do.
All right.
Hi.
Well, put their comment up if you can too, because I am particularly a fan of that. We've heard this a lot lately. The last comment, if you can see it.
Let me see. Which one?
The Joe and Joey.
You're not hi, everyone. The one before that. 943. There, that's it. Love the New York accent.
The Puerto Rican New York accent. I know.
I've never noticed.
Yeah,
New York Rican.
People lately have been telling me. I mean, they used to tell me back in the days, but I haven't heard it in so long. But lately, it started again that I sound like Rosie Perez.
I was gonna say Rosie Perez.
Yeah.
I always mention that. Yeah.
Yep.
The white man can't jump.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I'm here for, to prove it.
There you go.
I just want to hear you say, I'm supposed to be on Jeopardy one time.
I'm supposed to be at Jeopardy. Does it sound like her?
No.
Yeah. See, it's only sometimes.
Sometimes.
I'll show a picture before the show's over too. She gets that a lot with how she sounds. And somebody told her once that she looked like the actress Kerry Washington.
Which I don't see.
And I didn't see, but then I saw a picture of Kerry Washington from a film and I was like, wow. And I showed it to like my dad and my son. They went, that looks like Lourdes. I went, I know.
It was a profile. And I think from the profile, I do, but not head on. So I'm like a Kerry Washington, Rosie Perez voice. I don't know about that combination, but okay.
So
I don't see it either.
Facebook user said, just got SB7T. Use it all the time with a Portal. Awesome device. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole Portal revolution happened a little while back, and a lot of people still use versions of that. It does work. I mean, the devices definitely do work. I'm tempted to get an SB7 Pro just because. So that's Kerry Washington, but you got the specific picture. Type in military, because she was in a military outfit for this one particular film. I'll know the picture if you see it.
That's it right there. The very first one.
First one.
Very first
that
one. That one. I
can see it a little. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks just like her.
From the profile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh wait.
You have to go like this right here.
There you go.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something, I guess. I don't know. But I think I look more with the military hat. But
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get back to 305 Paranormal, please.
You're like, no more me.
Hey, you guys ever see it? You ever seen Lourdes blush? Look up in the top corner.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Let's get to your guys' next. Sorry, guys, we should have warned you before the show. This thing can go in different directions, and
we are here for it.
Yes.
If you couldn't tell by some of Ron and I's jokes, we're not very mature.
Yeah, but no, get back to the evidence, because already what we've seen so far was freaking amazing.
Yeah, that was cool.
Here we go.
We laugh at fart noises, so
Yeah,
it's all good. It's all the same.
All right, here's that next clip.
So the infamous doll room at the Deering Estate, this room that you see right here behind me, we caught this EVP.
Can you tell us which doll exactly you are attached to?
I'm going to rewind it.
Can you tell us which doll exactly you are attached to?
One more time.
Can you tell us which doll exactly you are attached to?
That's that doll right there. The Raggedy Ann.
Very cool.
Very cool.
It's clear.
Yeah.
That was really
That's
clear.
really good.
That
That's
place
really
is
good.
very, very special to us. It's the Deering Estate.
That's the place that we did the event at, and then I met Eric from not Eric from War Party, somebody else from War Party. Eric had missed that night, but Eric is the one that put out that he was looking for recruits, but it was from that location he stemmed off, and he loved it.
Yeah.
Beautiful place.
Yeah.
That is an awesome.
That's cool. That's the other part about what we love doing with this show, is that we see stuff like that we didn't capture, somebody else did, which is great. And then we never heard of the location before, So that's another thing that you're kind of sharing with the world through this. That was a fantastic EVP.
Yeah.
That was way cool. Okay, so this
that
next
doll always
I-
gets that
Go ahead.
doll always gets activity.
Yeah.
No, we put like little, cap balls, K2s, whatever, and it's always lighting up.
What is
They
it with
do-
those 1970s Raggedy
Huh?
Ann dolls? What is it with those 1970 Raggedy Ann dolls?
I don't know. I don't know the history of that doll, but there is a little boy that it's Charles Deering. That's the Deering estate, and it's his son. I've communicated with some James. I think this is his name, and I don't know if it's him. That maybe he likes the toy room. Everybody gets a creepy or a standoffish vibe when they don't like going into that room. Even the people who volunteer there, like from Miami-Dade, Parks and I don't know, Parks and Rec, I guess.
Yeah.
They don't like that room at all. They don't even like that house. There's two houses. It's the mansion, and that's the original. I think that's the cottage house they call it, or am I correct? Yeah. They don't like it. I like it.
It's the cottage and the Stoneman's house. So a little cool thing about that location, besides it starting our love for the field when we actually investigated the location, but that place is cool because they didn't have a lighthouse there. So what he did to Mr. Deering, what he did to allow boats to be able, or ships to be able to come inland, he actually had set up in the house, the third floor, so that when the ships were coming, they would send out a signal and it would light up the complete third floor. And the way how it was set up, it still allowed for the ships to come inland without crashing into the land.
Oh, cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
And there's a Tequesta burial mound of natives.
Yeah.
On that property, like off to the side. That's right on the bay of Biscayne Bay. Beautiful, beautiful place. A lot of energy there.
Huh. We need to go to Florida.
Yeah.
That place is super. I mean, that place is beautiful. Yeah. Very nice. I would recommend that place for sure.
Oh, that's wild.
Definitely.
So this next piece, I am going to share the video on the screen instead of doing it through StreamYard because we can't pause it. So I'm going to play the video through, and then we'll go back through and go bit by bit. Let me pull that back on. I forgot to.
You want us to mute ourselves during it?
No, because there's no sound to it. So
Okay.
We could talk through it, actually. Where the hell did it go?
Want me to hum the opening theme song from our show tonight?
Hi, Delo, by the way, he tuned in. Saying hi.
All right.
No worries, Gio. No worries.
I'm going to play it, and then we'll go back through and review each one. Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. What's really weird is they turn purple on the edges for some reason.
So what I do, I think that I do normally in a lot of places that I investigate, I tell spirit, I say, hey, I'm going to take a picture. I don't care. People look at me like if I'm weird, but I do it. Hey, I'm going to take a picture. Do you mind coming out on camera? And I'll sit there and I take a sequence of pictures like that. And, that was one of the good ones that I did happen. But in this place, it's known for, so you see the path in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So I can be standing right where I'm at, and then right where the REM pod is all the way down there, like you'll see like just shadow movements coming out of the bushes, like all the shrubs, and like crossing back and forth, even though just standing there on the side. And that the one guy was standing there on the side, and it looked like another one forming. So it was like a progression. I was taking snap, 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 snap.
Yeah.
And that's a REM pod down there, you said, just to clarify, because I think everybody was drawn to the red dot.
And then we had a laser, like a laser.
Yeah,
you can see it, yeah.
So for anybody that's been drinking, those are not orbs.
No orbs.
But the reason I wanted to pause this, go ahead, Armando. I'm sorry.
What the shadow figures there, you'll see them running across, and you will lose track of where the REM pod is because of how dark.
Yes.
It looks like opaque. Yeah, you can't see through it. It's super opaque. Cannot see through it. And you'll lose track of the REM pod. That's happened to us. I'm like, man, I thought the REM pod was there. And then I'm walking closer and closer, and then the shadow moves away, and then boom, the REM pod's there again. But what this is the Broward's Women's Correctional Facility. It's been torn down, but this road that you see here was actually the road that's where the prison is. So they would go in through that road to be able to kind of like service.
Well, this is this back service road, because the front, all the way in the back there would have been the front of the building. So right where the REM pod is, that would have been I think it was solitary.
This was solitary, right? And then this is also the side closest to where they would like ship the goods and things like that, whatever they needed to use. And to the right of the REM pod, like Jenny was saying, is where they had solitary at. What was cool about this particular investigation, we ended up doing a EVP session, and unfortunately we didn't get the whole thing, but you had to ask for an inmate number, and we had gotten most of the numbers of that inmate's identification number. But unfortunately, there was numbers that were missing because when we went to research it, it said that we're missing numbers.
We also asked for a CO number, and a CO also answered us all the way down that path. And he gave me his number, but I tried looking it up. I mean, I can't look up the CO number. I did look for the inmate number, but the inmate number was like 2 missing.
Oh.
Yeah, unfortunately, I would have been. Oh my god.
Yeah, it would have been awesome.
Would have been a fine.
So
the F moment.
I keep going back and forth on the pictures for the audience to see, and the reason why is I'll explain now. Is you can see the sun setting, right? I'm assuming. So a lot of people will go, "Oh, it's the lighting change. Something's causing shadow movement." But I want to point something out. The reason I was going back and forth, and of course I looked at this stuff before the show, is if you look in this area here, there's a bush back here, right? And if you look in this area right here, there's nothing there except bushes in the distance. Now, if this was caused due to the sun setting and the lighting change and a shadowing effect, then let me go to this one. Then this shadowing effect would not cover up that bush that we saw in the last frame. Right. And then I also pointed out here where the other shadow figure is there was nothing there. Right. And there's nothing in front of it. Let's go back to here.
Yeah.
There's nothing here in front of it that would cause that shadowing effect. And there's nothing here in front of this that would cause that shadowing effect to block out this bush here.
Yeah.
So if you move in real close, and there's something else I want to point out because it's a women's prison, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Now, coming from a law enforcement background, if you look really close at this guy, see the patch on his sleeve?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, somebody that wears a utility belt that's in law enforcement will tend to rest their hand on whatever's on that portion of the belt.
Yeah, that's exactly how his arm is. It's like this.
Yeah, I used to do it all the time. I would rest my arm on the top of my taser.
Yep.
My taser was always on my left. Right? This looks like an officer to me.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah, it sure does.
When I first saw I couldn't believe it because sometimes, I don't put anything out there when I tell him, I'm like, hey, do you see this? And I don't tell him. So I want him to find it too. So he was like, yo, what is that? And so since he saw it, I was like, I feel like the person's doing like this, like so they have their hand resting or it's in their pocket, but it didn't give me like an inmate type of posture.
Right, no.
It was more like a CO posture.
That's exactly what I felt too.
And if you look at this guy here, and I go back and forth, he literally blocks out that yellow bush behind him. This bush, that shadow figure literally blocks that bush out.
Mm-hmm.
And a shadow wouldn't. You'd still be able to see it.
Yeah, I mean, that was more apparition than shadow because there's detail in it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
The running man.
Running man.
This guy right here.
Oh, the guy over here?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of got a lean going on, like you said, with the...
He almost looks like he's stride. There's a knee bent here and then a back leg there. It's almost like he's in a stride.
The fuck are you seeing? We're moving closer.
Well, it's good.
But yeah, those are great captures.
Yeah.
And I give you guys credit, most people would not catch that.
Exactly.
I would have glossed through that. Yeah.
And it just, I want to thank Jenny again because
thank you.
She has that technique down pat with the taking the pictures and making sure she's super still. And what you see there, and you can tell it's not different angles. It's not slightly to the left or to the right.
I try my best to do that. And anybody who sees this or whatever, they're like, oh, like a lot of people like to move around. I'm like, no, you have to be still to make sure that nothing moved. And if you see something come up that wasn't there before in the previous pictures, that's legit to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I think it's very important.
Again, like there's a lot of people out there, and I'm not here to judge however you want to do how your investigations is how you do it. We personally do not like the bullying tactic that a lot of folks do. We like to treat people just like how we would treat you guys, with respect. So we treat spirit the same way too, and we get positive results every single time just because we just treat them with kindness. That's it. We ask for permission and boom, you got the results there. There's a famous location that we have down here, the Riddle House, that was made kind of popular due to Ghost Adventures. They did an early episode there. That particular spirit is known to give men a hard time. Yeah. I've become friendly with it, and that particular spirit, anytime I pass by, super positive responses every single time.
And responsive. Like sometimes they don't have to respond or just get out of here. No, he always responds back. Like actually answers.
He actually answers, when before with other people, I would hear that same spirit saying the F word or screaming, or I've never myself, with Jenny there as well, never have gotten any of those type of responses.
He's even said like, hey, Joseph, can you say hi to Jenny? Do the thing.
That's true.
Hi. Or hi.
Hi, Jen.
Yeah, hi, Jen.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Very cool.
You want one more piece of validation on this?
Sure. Hit it to
it. So if you look, can you guys see my mouse moving?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
So the sun, and tell me if I'm wrong, is coming from this direction here, going that direction.
Yes.
So from like corner to corner, catty corner in the picture frame.
Yeah. And so
if the sunlight is going this direction, another way to validate this, other than the fact that it looks like a fucking dude standing there, is any shadowing effect coming this direction would have showed up over here and would have washed this out, because look how bright these poles are. So the actual lighting conditions taken to this picture from the angle the sunlight's coming in should have washed anything out over here being caused by shadow. So that is a straight up apparition you guys caught. That's
to see if there's any shadowing on the ground that seems to follow suit with the angle of the sun.
Yeah, it almost. I was thinking that too, and Audra just pointed it out. It almost looks like there's somebody else to his left, right here.
Yeah, it does. I actually find those two more compelling than the one on the left that was also out. Yeah,
that one is just, I can see like like this, like literally like
Yeah.
up to the bust, I guess you would say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if somebody
But
running.
the other ones, the main one's like right to the left of the
Yeah,
dot.
it's either next to each other, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather somebody like other people see it and you'd be like, oh man, I think I see somebody else than me.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I see.
Because at that point, it's kind of like she's manipulating you to see it. Whereas,
Right. I saw more. I just didn't point out.
Whereas when, like how she was saying, she showed me the picture, and I'm like, bro, what is that?
Yeah.
Like there was no way she, and yeah, she was super happy about it because it validated her capture.
So if you look at this, you can almost see his boots, his duty pants, his uniform shirt, his patch on the shoulder. It looks like he's looking down at his feet, and if you look really close, it looks like he's got a radio right here. Like we would hang him over our shoulder and have him clip right shirt.
Yeah.
And it actually looks like one right there. See it? That's that one right there is a
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's enough right there to make it a wow photo.
Yeah. And then you can see his hand.
Just that.
Yeah. That's pretty freaking cool. And then here, nothing. That's
Even
pretty
into
cool.
the first picture, even because I think that was like, yeah, you see like nothing.
Gone.
Exactly.
But it's the great thing is with your series of photos here is you give people look at your point of reference, man. There's nothing there.
Nothing there.
Yeah.
Even in that one, they got a little brighter. Then it starts showing up.
That is way cool. That's a great caption.
Thank you.
All right. So now the next one, and I saw some things in this one. I don't know if you guys have seen yet.
No, nobody's seen this one yet.
Okay. For you ufologists, this is an alien.
Yes.
I'm the one that took Tony.
So that's what disclosure is.
So I put that little skull there, just because that's what it looked like to me. So.
Oh, okay.
And I'll show you guys what he's referring to when we go frame by frame. But here's the actual video with audio. So here we go.
Oh.
Hey.
So we got a picture. It looks like somebody behind Jenny. Who are you? Like someone was standing by you?
Like something for me. Something for me right there. That looks like the right here of like somebody that.
Wait, go back down.
Okay, so I saw like eyes. Two eyes. I just see I'll see it like here, and then I'll see it a couple of sides, and then I'll see like. I'm gonna tell you what I felt.
Straight up a face.
No, that's okay. This is what I felt. I'm gonna do it by Armando. This is what I felt. I felt this. Like somebody literally holding like this.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
So what happened here? So we are actually investigating the location. It's in Port St. Lucie. It's known as the Devil's Tree. There was a former police officer that he was murdering women, and then he would either hang them by a tree, which is the hanging tree, or he would just dispose of the bodies.
I think he dismembered them, maybe.
I believe so.
Yeah.
So what we were doing, and this is why I say I thank Jenny all the time for showing me this technique, because the technique of the pictures is the same technique that I used. So I was snapping pictures of her doing the Delco experiment. Now I'll explain what the Delco experiment is in a second. But as I'm snapping, you start seeing a face morph right on her shoulder. You see it like a face, like kind of like coming inward. Oh, and the voice that you hear there, that's our brother. His name is Joe. He's in War Party Paranormal. So kudos to him for showing us the location. So now, so with this strange apparatus that Jenny has, it's the Delco goggles, and what the experiment is called the Delco experiment. It's essentially a cross between the Gansfeld and the Estes. So for everybody that's ever seen the Estes, you use the blindfolds, and then the headphones connected to a portal, so that way you can kind of communicate. The spirit box, excuse me. Spirit is communicating through you, and then you can interact. And then the Gansfeld experiment, as folks know, it was with the red lights that will help you kind of like visualize. It's a form of deprivation, a sensory deprivation.
Yeah, used for ESP and to try to get like. So there, when they did that with the ping pong balls and the red lights. So say I had that on, and then he wanted to send me an image or something like that, and I would be the one trying to receive that image through that experiment of the Gansfeld.
Yeah.
So the goggles, you can set them up in different ways. You can do it for strobing, or like how Jenny had it there with the solid red light. The red light is supposed to help you kind of like tune in, and you're able to actually visualize what it is that you're speaking to. So that's essentially how the Delco experiment works.
And Mike Del Coro is the one who made these goggles, so that's why we call it the Delco, to shorten for his last name.
Yeah, Mike Del Coro. He's our tech specialist at War Party Paranormal, and he hosts a show with Eric, a weekly show, the War Party Paranormal show.
So there are some eyes right there. You just pass, like you see on the top, right?
Yeah, and the reason I'm doing this is let's go back to that one. Nothing there, right?
Right.
And then you see something there.
Yeah.
And then you see something there that looks like maybe an arm. And then the face. I don't think you got it forming. I think it was walking up behind you.
So during the session, my screen went blank. So I don't know what's going on here. I can't see anything.
Yeah, so if you
there it is. Oh, I can see you now. Can you see me?
Yeah. We can.
Okay, that's perfect.
If you watch this frame by frame, it doesn't look like it's forming. It looks like it's approaching.
Right.
Yeah.
And we believe it was that same police officer.
Yeah.
That was kind of like.
I think it was him because during that time, I got a lot of hey, and I felt this, like somebody come up behind me like this, and like hey, like like if he would go, like how he would probably do to like women or whoever he took and do whatever with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like very very like move, but not shy at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if you go from that one, it almost looks like an arm.
During the time also, I didn't know this was happening, obviously, because I had the SB on. But I was seeing, so like that little skull thing that I put there. So later on, we went to a Halloween store. I'm like, this is exactly how I saw. So I saw a skull face pop in, and it'll pop back out. And then I saw one, like it'll come from the side, and it'll like come closer. And then I saw one with a stash. And that I had mentioned that after. I was like, I saw a skull with a mustache. It was weird as heck because it was just eyes, a skull, and a mustache. And then Joe tells us he had a mustache.
He had a mustache.
Oh, wow.
And then he pulled up a picture of him. And I was like, holy crap, because it's the same style of mustache. Like it went down.
Yeah. Wow.
Huh.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Yeah. That's creepy.
Yeah, it is.
You see it? Like it looks like he's doing like this. It's just like so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You look at this one.
It's the eyes. Like I
it's
see
almost
eyes.
like you can see-
I see eyes.
Yeah. It's almost like you can see the top of his head and look like this is his arm, like he's walking towards you.
Right.
which is even creepier. That's funny.
Yeah.
That is what it looks like back there.
Oh, I don't know.
Right behind her.
Yeah. It could have been that. I don't know if that's a palm or something. But right where the face is at and where the eyes is at, there was nothing there.
Yeah, well, if you look at the video, yeah, there's nothing there. So right there. So
yeah,
it would have approached from back here.
Literally right there, yeah.
Wow.
And I kept looking there, unknowing. Like I kept looking at that side too, and that's the actual side it was.
In that session as well, where Joe was videoing, she was saying, "I feel somebody right here. I feel like a presence here next to me."
Yeah, it just felt like somebody's right on me. Then I was getting like hey in the SB, and I was like, ugh.
I'm not sure too if that whole area was charged up as well because a hurricane had hit like a few days prior, like a week prior, excuse me.
Yeah.
A week prior. And there was a lot of areas because that location is kind of like a maze, if you will. And there was a lot of places that we couldn't even get through because there was so much water to cross. So we would take detour and go a different route until we were able to get to where the location was.
That is cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, imagine you take your goggles off and turn and look over your left shoulder.
Jeez.
Knock them out. Get away from me, creep.
Those are
correct. Hurricane Ian to Roger. Correct.
Let me go back to the comments too. While Chris is queuing up the next one.
Somebody had asked if we get responses in Spanish, and we do. We get a lot of through the Spirit Box and through
EVPs. Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Sometimes when we don't get anything in English, I'll just start asking in Spanish, like, "Hey, is there anybody here?" And then pick somebody up in Spanish right away.
It's cool too because I've been able to tell. There was one time that I spoke to somebody from Cuba and then someone Puerto Rican. It's just the accent. It's
you can tell.
And certain words too.
Certain words, yeah for sure.
All right, so here is your next clip. This one's pretty cool. All right, here we go.
Whose picture is that? What is that?
I think that's Mr. Green.
No, it's what does it say? General William Dennison Whipple. Oil on canvas. Oh, that's that guy.
Charles Deering.
Did Charles Deering paint this, or did that? I don't get it. What does this up here? A signature?
He used to paint, yes.
Yeah.
Because this one, he drew that, or whatever, painted that. Portrait by Charles Deering of Step.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I almost threw that clip out.
She almost threw it out.
I didn't know that was there until I looked at it probably I don't know how many more times after, because you get that fatigue with your eyes when you start looking at stuff. And I was like, there ain't nothing here.
And shout out to our very good friend that's in that clip. His name is Ernesto. He plays the double neck guitar for a band named Modern Mimes. If you guys love that 90s style, kind of rock music, go check them out. Modern Mimes.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
No, he's
That was good though.
And that was Deering Estate.
That's the same place where the Raggedy Ann.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is
same place.
Coral Mansion. So it's the mansion, the Coral Mansion, and the Raggedy Ann is it's a wooden.
That's the cottage house.
Yeah, which is made out of wood, and
the
this
stone. The stone house is what this one is called, where we were That's where Mr. and Mrs. Deering, that was their primary residence.
So the reason why we even went in there, because Ernesto, when he first came upstairs, nobody was upstairs. He thought he saw something like move really fast, and that was like his library study. And then so there was a forensics class field trip that was taking place there, and we were not, I guess, hosting that event, and we were just setting up upstairs or whatever. And he's like, "Yo, we got to check out what's here. I thought I saw something moving here." So we just doing the EVPs there just to see if we would catch anything.
Yeah, look at that.
Camera like this, like I'm not even like really paying. I wasn't doing anything. I was reading that.
We were literally like admiring the portraits that he had painted, and
I didn't know he painted until that night. And I've been there like I don't know how many times prior to that. I was
wow.
Like, painted. Very nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But you know what? That's when you catch some of your best stuff is when you're not paying attention.
Yep.
I think so. Yes.
But the camera was paying attention. So I think the lesson here is look at everything before you toss it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because that's good.
Yeah.
All right. We've got one more clip. I like this one. I like this one a lot. It's pretty cool. So here we go.
What is it? I don't know.
Meow. The meow clip.
Oh, that's at that. Okay. Before you play, that's at that. So they had separate sleeping quarters. You know, back then they used to sleep separately. So that was his wife's room where this. So Mrs. Deering.
It's on the same floor as
that's the same floor.
This clip. You just
so that study was here. You would have to go more and then make a left, and then it would be like her bathroom and then her bedroom, and so that's where that's at.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, here we go.
This was a.
Can you say one of the kids' names for us?
Dude, I saw that shit again.
What? Cat?
Did I just see that cat again?
Run?
The cat, it was in the bathroom.
Was it a black cat? I just heard black.
It was in the so you
Was
know.
that a meow?
No!
Was that a meow?
Yes!
You were running. You were running. You were running. I heard it for sure.
It's going.
Is it a cat or is it? What is it?
Can you repeat that? Can you tell us what the cat is?
You have another one right here.
Yeah,
Wow.
I like that one.
So I saw a black cat. Mm-hmm. So the first time I saw it, we were setting up in that room, and I saw it go like around. Pretend this is Ernesto's leg. I saw it like go around his leg, and it was only the back side. So the kind of like the middle of the body and the tail. And then when I saw that, like I was like, what? And then it went right behind this little nightstand right behind that, next to that bed where we were at. I went and looked there. I was like, I've never seen a cat there. No cat, no nothing. And then later on, after with the kids and everything, they group of kids left, and I guess we were waiting on a new group to come in. And in that bathroom, I looked at it, did like a double take, and I saw it doing the same thing now, but now the front of it, and it was caressing, like, you know how they caress their body like on furniture. So it was doing that to like, so it was doing that to like some piece of furniture, like a stand inside of that bathroom, and it was like gone instantly. I was like, damn, I saw that cat again. And I've never seen it again since. And I even asked the lady that works there, I was like, do you guys are known to have a cat, like a ghost cat? And she was like, no.
You are now.
Yeah, you do now, Mahar.
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny.
I think that's a repeat. Play it again.
Yeah, I want to hear the meow with them.
Yeah.
And the angel.
All right, here we go.
That's good.
Can you say one of the kids' names for us?
Dude, I saw that shit again.
What? Cat?
Did I just see that cat again?
Run?
The cat, it was in the bathroom.
Was it a black cat? I just heard black.
It was in the so you know.
Was that a meow?
No!
Was that a meow?
Yes!
You were running. You were running. You were running. I heard it for sure. It's fine. Cat, or is it? What is it?
Can you repeat that? Can you tell us what the cat is?
You have another one right here.
I like that.
You know, and we missed the first meow. We didn't even pay attention to that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's often the two most common phrase on an investigation. What the fuck? And dude!
Yeah.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, the reaction was priceless.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Here in Miami, we substitute dude with bro.
Yeah.
It's like
bro. I was like, oh.
Bro.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. No, we say all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say it all. I don't discriminate. I say it all.
It's like word vomit. Whatever first thing comes out of my mouth.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But yeah, we were shocked. When he said black, and I was like, yeah, it is black. He's like, I just heard black. And I was like, I'm not listening. I guess I was so like, I was still thinking about what I just saw, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
And then it says meow. So that's like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just so happy that I was like, wait, you're running. We were able to catch it on camera too.
Yeah, because half the time something like that, you know, there's so much things that happen when you're not even filming yet.
Yeah,
you know.
But the meow is a great capture, because if you hadn't gotten it, you asked them if they had stories of a ghost cat, and they said no, and you would have probably maybe dismissed it. But you got the meow twice,
right?
So it validates that you saw a cat. So that's pretty cool.
That sounded like a hairball to me. I was like, you know, that's so weird. I had a cat when I was younger, so like that's exactly what it sounded like to me. I was like, what is going on?
And for everybody watching, Todd has also pointed out the Hawaiian version, bruh.
Bruh.
Yeah. I say that too.
Yeah, she does. And think about it too, because it's a sweeping box, right? What are the odds that you came across a cat commercial at that precise time when they're talking about cats and it meows? Let's say it happens twice.
Yeah.
No.
But that wasn't coming from the sweeping anyway.
Absolutely not. I'm playing devil's advocate because I know that's what people say is, there's a cat sound, but listen, you're not. I've never heard a animal sound come out of a sweeping ghost box.
No.
Like that, and attribute it to anything to do with the broadcast. No.
I've never had that again.
Yeah, and I've never heard a meow on a cat commercial on a radio station anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
Except for the meow, 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 meow. If you would have got that. You didn't get that.
You would have had an endorsement then.
Again, Tortoise.
Meow, 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 meow. I used to love that commercial.
All right, Jen and Armando, we have come to the point in the show called Shameless Plugs. Tell everybody where they can find you. Of course, we know you're 305 Paranormal. What you got coming up next? Where can they see your clips? YouTube, Instagram, Facebook? Shout it out. Don't hold back.
So everything 305 Paranormal on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. I'm really not that active on TikTok, but I'll cross post there. I just posted a new video today on YouTube. It's like a 5-minute little clip, so everybody check that out. That's from Old Davy. That's so the same place where Broward, the women's facility, that's the same location, Broward County, and that is the oldest standing school structure from like the 1920s or 1918. So I just posted something there, so everybody can check that out. And Instagram, I think I said that. And then coming up, the one thing that we're excited for is Gettysburg Bash. So like we said earlier, I'm excited to meet everybody.
Yes.
Everybody new. I know a couple of people on a chat, they're going to be there. So I'm excited to meet you guys. And what else? And then we belong to War Party Paranormal. And that is one of the largest teams in South Florida for paranormal. We do residentials. Mainly that's what we want to do, is help people, whoever they come to events, and then they kind of stick around afterwards and be like, hey, maybe I have something in my house. And that's really, I think the purpose is to serve for events where, maybe they want to reach out. And so we do that. So you can also follow War Party Paranormal .com, because everything's was .com or .org.
.com.
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
Yeah, and I also have just so if you want to kind of see more or less what I'm into, I have my IG as Mr.305 Paranormal, and there I share paranormal clips, but as well you get to see what makes me me. So I like sports, so I talk about sports there. All my South Florida teams, anime, just like things like that. Video games, I'm a huge video game nerd, so you'll whatever you want to seek, and if you want to conversate with me, you can do that there too.
Awesome.
Very cool.
Very, very cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well,
awesome.
There you go.
Yeah. Wait. I'm sorry. One last thing.
Oh, go ahead.
Joy, don't hate me. Our show that we do every Sunday night. Yes. Sorry, Joy. I swear I just remembered. Spooked Coast to Coast. We host the show every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern.
No,
7 p.m. Eastern. Sorry. It's through the 305 Paranormal YouTube page. You can find
her page.
JJ Paranormal.
Joy and Joy's Paranormal.
Joy and Joy's Paranormal. You can catch it there too.
He's very cool. But we do lives on there.
Yeah. Sunday night. Ron was our guest, and hopefully we can have you guys on again. That would be awesome.
Yes,
Lourdes.
we want Lourdes.
Yeah. I was in Florida. Actually.
I would love
Chris
to.
And Andra, the invitation is there as well.
Oh,
thank you, guys.
Yeah, and again, looking forward to meeting you all at Gettysburg.
Oh, yeah, we will be there.
Yeah.
I have to leave here. I'm coming.
Hey.
I didn't hear correctly.
I missed it.
He said, even if I have to leave her here, and Loris goes, yep.
Oh. Yeah, but I wasn't paying attention. I was including you.
It was perfect timing. It was perfect timing.
I want Alice in Wonderland there.
I will be there. I will be there.
She's coming. She's not allowed to walk across grass until we get there this year.
No.
She hurt her ankle last year going to the.
They were right before they got to the bat, right? She what did she step in?
A gopher hole.
A gopher hole.
We stopped at a rest area to use the facilities, and we cut across the grass, and Audra stepped in a gopher hole and messed her foot up.
Yeah, and it meant 4 more weeks of winter.
It was bullshit in July too. It ruined the whole summer.
See how silly that sounds, people? With your groundhog stuff. See how silly that sounds? Outdoor radars, and we're going by our rodent. Come on.
Whenever we're out and about, every morning I'll go get Audra coffee. Well, the first morning of Gettysburg Bash, she got coffee and crutches.
It was very romantic.
I said rollers, damn it, not crutches.
Yeah. Oh, it's not crutches.
Exactly.
It's awesome.
That's cool. That's one of the best parts. Sometimes people get too caught up with the Paracons with who's not or who is on the poster, who gets to do this, who gets to do that. My table's in the wrong spot, whatever. This is the best part is we get to see people either you haven't met before or that you don't get to see that often and spend time, share sessions or whatever you do. And that's the best part. It really is. It's like a big flea market for the public, but for us, I mean, I'm honored anytime I'm on a poster for an event. And if I'm not, but I'm still there and I get to talk to people that I like to see and have that whole interaction, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yep.
I'm excited just for that. I want to meet everybody and be there.
Yeah.
Yep. The social
We want to
aspect
see.
is awesome.
We want to see what made it so special to Scotty to be there every year.
And
She had to be there.
Yeah,
every
like
year.
I know. That's when we would see her at the bash
Yeah.
every year.
So
Every year.
We,
she was,
we have
she
to
was
go
part of
in
it.
her honor.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you, since we moved to North Carolina, we've been at the bash every year, and I can tell you right now, we don't look at the itinerary. We don't look to see who's on the poster.
We just know when we need to be there.
We go
That'd
for
be
the
awesome.
people that we get to meet for the first time, and the people that we love that we get to see very rarely in life person. So that's why, we don't even look at the itinerary. We don't look at the poster at all. That's not why we're there. We're there for what we see here. Yeah.
Other than the Lord said who's going to be there this year.
Well, other people that we know and know you guys
No, I'm like on the poster.
on the poster.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
I didn't know last year either.
no clue, but that's all right.
All right.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Armando and Jen, thank you guys so much.
Yeah,
it was
great having you.
phenomenal evidence.
Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you to the guests that were chatting on the live chat.
Yes,
We
everybody's
appreciate
super
everybody. I've seen a lot of folks that I've chatted with before when I watched your show. So thank you to everybody for the hospitality. You guys as well. We did deeply appreciate it.
Wow, you're so sweet. Nice
you.
having you.
Yeah, no,
Damn.
they're good people, and
Yeah.
this is how they behave on social media and supporting other people, and that's why I thought we have to get them on, because they spend a lot of time with their own show and their own activity, shining the spotlight on other people. It's they have to get it too on somebody else's show. So
Well, I'm glad.
the evidence was a bonus because I didn't know what you were bringing to the table, but I knew it would be good.
That's awesome.
It was cool. This was fun. Going back and looking
You
at
guys are awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
We will definitely have you guys on again. The evidence you guys produce, the way you investigate, and the fact that you are as genuine. Well, cuss. Yeah. Don't bleep that shit out next time. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
The facts that you guys are so caring about other investigators and you want to promote the paranormal, and you guys are Paraunity. I mean, we've been preaching it since the day one of the show that people like you are what are the foundation of the paranormal community, and we will gladly have you guys on anytime and cannot wait to meet you face to face again.
Yep.
Oh,
Thank you. We appreciate it. Yeah, no, we definitely would love to be back on, and we hope to have some more evidence for you and for your viewers as well. We take pride in what we post. Going back to the fishing thing that we had mentioned earlier, it's okay if we don't come back with fish or evidence. It's okay. We spent time together. We will not post anything. We flatly refuse to post something just to post something fake. We will not. We will not. I refuse. And she will beat me up before if I even thought of doing it, and I refuse. So go figure.
If Mama
Todd and Carmel, I think Todd and Carmel will be at the bash this year, right? I know Jenny Colucci's going to be there. Yeah, we'll introduce you to a lot of really good people. That's one of the things about the Northeast that we've come to enjoy is that we get to work like you guys do down there. We get to work with a lot of the same people that we love getting together with.
Yep.
And you'll see us post pictures, and it's almost like the same group, maybe two people different this time, one person different next time, but it's a lot of the core same people.
They should hook up with Haiti.
Yep, Todd and Carmel will be there. Yeah, that's right.
With Haiti and Mikey. But they're, I don't know. Where are they?
They're I don't know.
They're pretty far from Miami, but.
Yeah, Florida Paranormal, I think their group, and then Unseen, which Unseen started in New Jersey, but Haiti and Mikey, after they had gotten married, and they met because she put an event together that they met at.
Oh, yeah, they got married.
Now they're married.
Wow.
Paraunity. I brought
Nice.
two groups together, and then they hit it off and then got married.
Paramatrimony.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Paradating.
Cool.
Yeah.
Swipe right.
So now they're down in Florida now. So
Maybe we'll give
yeah.
them the information.
Yeah.
Because they're
And they're big on
you like that
on
group.
Gansfeld
They're
and
good
stuff
group.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, she's all into that. That's how I did Gansfeld through her, and the Estes. We did it through her. It
We
was
did
her
it a few
idea.
years back. She actually brought it to the table to us. Yeah.
Yeah.
A few years back, she brought it up.
All right, fantastic. I want to thank our audience for coming out. Oh, sorry, Armando, go ahead.
No. We were just saying we would love that. That's fine.
That's awesome. All right. I want to thank our audience for coming out. Make sure everybody tunes in next week, same time, same channel. Hopefully the Rathmans find their shit and they can come back. And they'll be settled in so they can be back on the show next week. Thank you guys. You guys are all phenomenal. Our audience is always a phenomenal group of people.
They bring it every week.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
And remember, guys, if you want to catch a cop chasing a cat that meows out in the middle of the swamp, you got to hang out with 305 Paranormal, and you got to stay haunted. All right, guys, stay haunted. We'll see you next week.
Night.
Good night.
You moved my shit. There it is. All right. Good night, guys.
Bye.
Can you give me a name? What's your name?